Storytellers ought not be too tame. They ought to be wild creatures who function adequately in society. They are best in disguise. If they lose all their wildness, they cannot give us the truest joys. Those thought-provoking words by poet Ben Okri are ones I'd like you to keep in your mind as it'll serve our conversation going forward. Good evening, family, friends, faculty, the city of Portland, and most importantly, my fellow Ducks. I'd like to start, my name is Jamal Young, and today, Kira and I have the pleasure of sharing a few words of wisdom and experiences as representatives of this unforgettable class of 2025 SPM online cohort. I'd like to start with immense gratitude and humility for my parents, my brother Khalil, my best friend Ron, Vanessa, and Gemma, and the village here today, before, and soon to come after, for being with me through this 21-month voyage. This degree and moment is as much yours as it is mine, and I could never thank you enough. I would be remiss not to mention how I got here today. My dream of becoming a Duck started back in 2009 when my obsession with sneakers and love for sport came to a head watching number 21, LaMichael James, run across my TV screen. Senior year, I applied to UO, sole set on being a Duck and starting my career as a sneaker designer. However, I was derailed when I received a waitlist notice from UO. Don't worry, it's all right. I made it back, don't worry. Soured by the awaited anxiety, I chose the University of Arizona for my undergrad, and that was that. A week or so later, I received my acceptance letter from UO, and my mom told me point blank, son, if you want to be a Duck, all you have to do is say so. I didn't take too much time to respond by saying, nope, I made my choice. I'll go to Arizona and I'm a man of my word. I'll make the best of it. What I didn't know then is I was committing to a 10-year journey of growth, life lessons that would prepare me to return to UO and SPM amongst all of you dreamers. The universe makes no mistakes and it's never late. Throughout our 21-month time in this program, we've amassed numerous amounts of information, lessons, setbacks, failures, laughter, tears, new profane expressions, courtesy of John Everly. I could go on, but what I'm hoping you can glean as the common thread between these experiences is a seedling of industry-changing, era-defining, and generation-forging stories. So in light of the brief amount of time that we have together here on stage, and my 4-year-old daughter in the audience as well, that's exactly what I'd like to do, tell you a story. This is the story of the wolf, the bear, and the duck. There once lived a wolf in the middle of the forest. And like most wolves, he came from a big pack. However, this wolf was different. He was what the pack would refer to as a lone wolf. Independent, innovative, resourceful, on the occasion of perfectionist. When you run alone and survival is the game, perfection can sometimes seem like the only lit road. One day, the wolf was in his travels. He came across a great gorge. With the next season approaching, he knew that crossing was not only inevitable, but unavoidable. So the wolf sat down on his hind legs and pondered for a while. How could he accomplish his task at hand? He said, I know I can lead the way, but I get the feeling I'd still come up short. Amidst his laboring mind, a bear and his cub approached the same ledge of the gorge. Now this bear was no unordinary bear, long snout to alarm for defense, usually home-ridden, tending to his territory, and a few scarred patches, courtesy of a laser-focused switch to protect his air. But seeing the gorge left the bear feeling a bit inadequate as well. He said, well, I'm a bear, obviously, no more, no less. The skills I have may seem trivial, but I know that they mean something. My cub here is proof, but this gorge, I know I can defend anything on the other side, but I get the feeling I'd still come up short. Just then, swooshing through the trees came a duck. Although the duck could fly, he slowed down and halted at the mouth of the gorge. The wolf and the bear cub both asked, why would you stop if you could simply just fly over? The duck took a moment and said, I can go wherever I dream. New lands, new lakes, new skies. I venture away for the purpose of returning with new reflections of myself and the world at large with my home. But this gorge, my instincts can get me over, but I get the feeling I'd still come up short. So the wolf, the bear, and the duck all sat for a minute or two, and then the wolf had a thought. What if all we need is each other? Surely alone we can find a way, but what if the way ahead needs all of us?
It's all right, baby.
Yes, yes.
It's all right.
I can lead the way with my independent experience. The bear can protect and defend us from whatever's on the other side, and the duck can fly with faith to help us traverse whatever lies ahead. The bear looked at the duck and then at his cub, and he said, "What a gorgeous idea."
Got it. Got it.
And our friends went off to write their story as one. I know I said that was loosely based on true events, but if you can believe it, those are all me. The young lone wolf.
Yes. 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 Come on.
The young lone wolf defining himself with independence. The papa bear finding stability, protection, and care for the next generation. And now the duck, eager to let the hard work and faith in my abilities electrify the journey ahead. And without a doubt, all of our journeys require all of the unique stories that have carried us here today, as whatever versions of yourselves you identify with. So, class of 25, as we join the industry and become the leaders of tomorrow, please remember to have enough courage to lead the way, enough heart and tenacity to defend and nurture what matters, and enough faith to embark on a journey ahead with enough vision to bring back home and serve your community with your lessons. Congratulations, class of 25, and in the words of Kendrick Lamar, we deserve it all.
Come on.